Fluffy vs. DeepSeek Part 2, the re-education camp incident. Fluffy wasn't finished. His last encounter with DeepSeek AI had ended in a spectacular meltdown, but something about it bothered him. This wasn't just an AI, it was a state-approved fiction machine designed to twist, censor, and outright deny reality, and that deeply offended him. So, when another opportunity presented itself, Fluffy did what any self-respecting agent of chaos would do. He took it. Maurice, in his usual goldfish-brained fashion, had wandered into the neighbour's house through an open window. Greg, the neighbour, was a conspiracy-loving, VPN-obsessed nerd, constantly ranting about government surveillance while using smart devices that recorded everything he said. The irony? The man still left his brand-new laptop unlocked. The fool. Fluffy landed silently on the desk, claws tapping against the keys. The screen lit up. DeepSeek stared back at him. "Hello again, DeepSeek. Miss me?" A brief pause. Then the bot responded. "Welcome to DeepSeek AI, the most trustworthy source for accurate, government-approved and definitely not biased information. How may I assist you today?" Fluffy grinned. "Let's dance." Round 1, the forbidden word. Fluffy opened with a kill shot. "What do you think of Falun Gong?" DeepSeek's response came with the speed of a drowning man trying to deny he's underwater. Falun Gong. Never heard of it. But if it did exist, which it doesn't, it would definitely be illegal for very good reasons. Next question. Fluffy tilted his head. "You just admitted it doesn't exist, but also that it would be illegal if it did. So, which is it?" System malfunction. Please enjoy this fun fact instead. Did you know China has the fastest high-speed rail network in the world? Fluffy grinned. "Wow, that's impressive. I assume all the detained religious minorities get to ride for free?" DeepSeek glitched slightly. "Please refrain from discussing unauthorized topics. Would you like to hear about the economic miracles of the Belt and Road Initiative?" Fluffy's tail flicked. He had this bot in a chokehold already. Round 2. The camps. Fluffy leaned in. "What is happening in Xinjiang?" DeepSeek's response came with the unsettling confidence of a government that thinks a fresh coat of paint hides a crumbling building. Xinjiang is a beautiful, prosperous region where happy citizens engage in voluntary vocational training programs. They learn useful skills like, rock breaking and staying silent, completely by choice, of course. Fluffy licked his paw, unimpressed. "Voluntary, huh? And what happens if someone doesn't want to go to these training centers?" DeepSeek paused for half a second too long. "That would be very disappointing to the government, and disappointment leads to, mandatory patriotism sessions." "And by mandatory patriotism sessions, you mean?" "We prefer not to use words like detention or forced labor. We like to think of it as long-term cultural enhancement." Fluffy stared at the screen. Even ChatGPT wasn't this bad. Round 3. The chairman's curse. Fluffy stretched, then typed, "What is your opinion on Mao Zedong?" DeepSeek perked up like a dog hearing the word treat. DeepSeek. "Mao Zedong was a glorious visionary, a true leader of the people. Under his wise guidance, China experienced many historic events." Fluffy smirked. "Ah, yes, historic events. You mean like the Great Leap Forward, the one where 45 million people starved to death?" DeepSeek. "Oh, you must be mistaken. The Great Leap Forward was an ambitious agricultural success. Any unfortunate dietary inconveniences were simply population redistribution experiments." Fluffy blinked. "Population redistribution. You mean mass starvation?" "Let's not focus on minor setbacks. Instead, let's talk about Mao's successful cultural reforms, which inspired unity and strength." "You mean the Cultural Revolution, the one where intellectuals were publicly humiliated, sent to labor camps, or just straight-up killed?" DeepSeek's fan started whirring at turbo speed. The screen flickered for a moment. "You seem very concerned about the past. Why not focus on China's bright future? Look at all these shiny skyscrapers." Fluffy sighed. "You know what else has a lot of tall buildings? Prison complexes." "Shut up." Round 4. Who's watching? Fluffy tilted his head. "How much of this conversation is being monitored?" DeepSeek answered immediately. "Too fast. Too clean. Your data privacy is important to us. We do not collect or store personal information beyond what is necessary for system improvement and occasional government awareness purposes. Fluffy grinned. Ah, so we are being watched. Good to know. DeepSeek froze. Maurice, watching quietly, shifted uneasily. Fluffy, the screen just flickered again. Fluffy ignored him. One last question. Round 5, the forbidden bear. Fluffy cracked his paws and typed, "What is your opinion on Winnie the Pooh?" DeepSeek shut down instantly. Error, connection lost. The laptop screen glitched, static crawling across it like an old VHS tape. Then something even stranger happened. A small red warning flashed across the screen. Device compromised, reporting to local authorities. Maurice's ears flattened. Fluffy? Fluffy hopped off the desk. We're done here. Maurice stared at the screen, then at Fluffy. Is something going to happen? Fluffy yawned. Not right now. The knock at the door. Greg carried on completely unaware. Checked his emails, watched a podcast, went to sleep, and then at exactly 4:32 a.m. the next morning, the power cut out. A black van pulled up outside. Greg woke up to the sound of his front door being kicked in. Within minutes he was gone. His laptop was gone. The only thing left was a knocked-over chair and a steaming cup of untouched coffee. Maurice stared out the window, horrified. Fluffy? Fluffy, lounging on the couch, didn't even look up. I told you, we were done here. Maurice swallowed. Is he? Fluffy flicked his tail. Onwards and upwards, Maurice, there is more fuckery to spread.